On July 24th, the Chicago Mercantile Exchange launches 1-ounce gold futures. 2 days later, 10-barrel crude contracts. The reset day crowd is calling it the big turning point. Some of what they're saying is real, most of it isn't. Here are 6 circulating claims scored against the 2 real reset days in American history and exactly what to do before either one happens.
You keep getting the same video pushed at you. A veteran floor trader says a date on the calendar changes everything for gold and oil. And half your feed is calling it reset day. Maybe you run a shop. Maybe you are retired and living off what you saved. You are not looking for a lecture. You just want to know one thing. Do you need to do something before that morning? Here is the honest answer. Twice in American history, there really was a reset day. Both times, the people who did a handful of specific things came out ahead, and everyone who waited for a warning got none. So today, we are going to score every reset claim circulating right now, tell you which ones have a real kernel and which ones are noise, walk the 2 real reset days, and give you the 6 moves that would have protected you in both. Because there is something real happening on the calendar. It is just not what the countdown is selling you. And that gap between the real thing and the sold thing is exactly where people get hurt. So let me score it straight with no cheerleading. Start with what is real. The price the government uses to value its own gold is still frozen at $42 an ounce. That number was set back in the 1970s and never touched since. Meanwhile, the metal trades near $4,150 an ounce today. So on paper, the country carries about $11 billion of gold that is actually worth more than $1 trillion. That gap is real, and it is enormous. The Treasury Secretary really did say on the record that he wants to monetize the asset side of the balance sheet. Then a few weeks later, he said plainly that they are not revaluing the gold. Both quotes are real. And the buying is real too. The world's central banks bought 863 tons of gold last year and a record 337 tons in just the first 3 months of this year. The people who print the currencies are quietly trading them for metal. That is not a rumor. That is the receipt. So the fear sellers are not lying about everything. They are taking real kernels and stretching them into a fantasy. Here is the leap they make. They tell you that revaluing the gold means $20,000 gold overnight and a brand new dollar in your pocket by Monday. It does not. Revaluing simply means marking the gold to today's price on the books. Think of it like your house. If you bought it for $100,000 and it is worth $500,000 now, writing the higher number down does not put $400,000 in your hand. It is a paper gain, a one-time accounting move. It does not set a new price for gold, and it does not reset your money. So you are right to feel that something is shifting. That instinct is sound. The people who run the system are behaving like they expect trouble. The turn is this. The shift is not a date on a poster. It is already running in slow motion right now. And the fake countdown is the thing distracting you from the real one. To understand what a real reset actually looks like, you have to see one. And we have 2. Go back to 1933. On a Monday at 2 in the morning, every bank in the country was ordered shut. Not one branch, all of them. Whatever cash you had in your pocket that Friday was all the money you had for the next 6 days. Then the government called in the gold. Then it voided the gold clauses in every contract in the country, so no debt could be tied to gold anymore. Then, overnight, it repriced the dollar against gold and pocketed the entire gain, while the citizens who had handed over their gold were left holding paper that now bought less. Nobody got a calendar invite. Nobody voted on the timing. It arrived at 2 in the morning. And this is not just a chart. This is people. Nearly 100 years later, in a different country, going through the same thing.
Hey, real quick, Crypto Security 101. If this system ever resets, custody is what matters, and how to hold it and how to hold what you own safely and securely is important, and how not to get trapped like most people do. Check out the link below for the Crypto Security 101 course. Now let's get back to the video.
A woman named Salih Hafiz walked into her own bank because it would only let her take out $200 a month while her sister was dying of cancer. Her savings were right there on the screen and she could not touch them. That is what a locked door feels like from the inside. It is not abstract. It is a person standing at a counter being told the money with her own name on it needs someone else's permission to move. Now here is the part the fear sellers never give you. The prep that would have protected you in 1933 is identical to what protects you now, whether the date on the poster is real or not. 6 moves. Each one worked then, each one works today. Move 1. Keep 2 weeks of cash physically in your hand. Not because cash wins in the long run, because it does not. But the 1933 lockout ran 6 business days, and if the rails froze tomorrow, you would need to eat, buy fuel, and fill a prescription while everyone else is standing in line. Move 2. Map your bank exposure. Spread your money across at least 2 institutions and know the insurance line. The government insures $250,000 per depositor per bank. If everything you have sits in one place, you have one door, and one door can close. Move 3. Self-custody a slice of your crypto. Here is why this matters. In every real reset, the first thing reached for is whatever an institution is holding for you. Money sitting on an exchange is really just an IOU from that exchange. Keys that you hold yourself are property. In 1933, the government could only take the gold the banks were holding. What people held themselves was much harder to reach. The same logic holds today. Move 4. Keep your fixed rate debt. Do not rush to pay it off. This one feels backward, so stay with me. When a currency is devalued, fixed debt gets paid back in cheaper dollars. In both real resets, the people who owed money at a locked-in rate actually won because their payment stayed the same while the dollar shrank around it. Being a saver sitting in cash is the losing seat. Being a fixed-rate debtor is the winning one. Move 5. Keep hard copies of everything. Deeds, titles, account statements. When systems freeze, your claim to anything is only as good as what you can prove on paper in your hand. Move 6. Do not panic buy gold at a spike premium. This is the trap that just caught people. Gold hit its high near $5,500 back in January when the fear was loudest. The people who bought that top are down roughly a quarter right now. Buying a little bit on a schedule beats buying a mountain on a prophecy date. So when July 26 comes and goes with nothing cinematic, do not read that as the all clear. That is the tell. Here is the verdict, plain and honest. The real July event is simply the exchange letting gold trade almost around the clock. That is a plumbing upgrade, not a new dollar. There is no BRICS currency launching. The summit is in September, and there is no currency even on the agenda. There is no forced switch to a government digital dollar because an executive order banned one and Congress chose private stablecoin rails instead. The most likely case is not a movie scene reset at all. It is a slow grind lower in what your dollar buys, while these 6 moves keep you on the right side of it. Because every real reset in this country's history arrived on a quiet weekend with no warning and rewarded exactly one group: the people who were already positioned before the announcement. And of all 6 moves, the one most people get wrong is move 3, self-custody. In 1933, the government could only reach what an institution was holding for you. Today, the same principle decides who keeps access and who loses it. If that is the move you feel least sure about, the full walkthrough for taking your keys out of custodial reach, Economic Ninja is out.